Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. We are kicking off the Ultimate Pyromancer guide today. Now, I've said this before in the end of the Ultimate Sorcerer guide, but I've asked multiple times during streams and in the comments of the Sorcerer videos as well, which guide they want to see first, like people want to see first. And even though I got responses for both, most people wanted to see the Pyromancer first instead of Cleric. So today we are kicking off the Pyromancer guide. This should be a fun one. I honestly, personally would have preferred to do this one as well, because Pyromancy gives you a lot of freedom just to basically make any build that you want. You just have to set aside a couple of souls for Pyromancy. So I got my character, can't really see her face. Like, yeah, the hollows are not the prettiest in this game. Gonna go ahead and try to clear this out as quickly as possible. There are, just talking a little bit about Pyromancy, in general, it is overpowered as fuck in this game. Like, seriously, for sure the best magic class in terms of all-around usefulness. The main reason for that is that there are no stat requirements. Everyone who's played this game and Dark Souls 2 knows that you can essentially just spend points into any stat and yeah, just reserve some for attunement and upgrading your glove and you're good to go. You can use the most powerful pyromancy spells in the game. And believe me, there are quite a few good ones. So yeah, this is gonna be basically just a normal run with Pyromancy tacked on, but if you didn't watch the Sorcerer guide, or you don't know what these videos are all about, I'm gonna play through the game and pick up every spell and basically that in this guide. Normally I would say every weapon and every item as well. However, in this game there are no kind of Pyromancy related rings and all that. So, and weapons either, because you know it doesn't scale with anything. So essentially I'm gonna be getting all the spells, and I guess I'll pick up the catalysts, because why not? What the fuck am I talking about? Not the catalyst, the embers that are fire related, even though they don't scale with anything. So here we go. Here's our Pyromancy flame. So the first thing is you start off with Fireball in this class, which is a decent spell. I mean, it's not the best. It does a fair chunk of damage, more than Soul Arrow does. The kind of disadvantage, of course, is that it only has 8 castings, but usually it's enough to get you through. But you cannot just like spam it like you can with Soul Arrow. The second thing that's kind of unique about Pyromancer is that it is the only class that starts off at level 1. So obviously kind of reinforcing the fact that they really want this to be sort of a free build. You can do anything with this class. And a lot of people just start with this class anyways, no matter what build they're going for. Because first of all, you get some free spells. And second of all, again, you can make anything you want. So that was incredibly easy. I didn't have to use my magic. But I could have. I mean, this is basically this thing, the hand axe. It absolutely looks like something you use at home to chop firewood, which essentially it kind of is. But it's not a bad weapon. Not good, but not bad. You're not gonna use this long term. I'm not gonna either. Oh yeah, one more thing to mention. If you look at the set, Pyromancy is the only class that has a different looking set depending on which gender character you play. You'll see when we... I know I'm babbling through this cutscene, but you'll see it when we meet our friend, our Pyromancer friend, Laurentius. His set looks completely different because he's a male. I know I'm not exactly letting the story pan out here, am I? I'm just talking shit. Anyways, you can only get pyromancies, like the dude that sells them, you can only get to him a good chunk into the game, so we're gonna have to, you know, stay patient here a little bit. Not gonna be able to immediately get new spells. God, I fucking cannot believe they didn't fix the tree spawning in. That's one of the things that bugs me most about this remaster, I think. Because it has always annoyed me that this tree just like appears out of nowhere. And of course they keep it for the remaster. Oh well, like what can you do? So I turn back into human form because why not? And just thinking of where I can just like start this off. Who I need to talk to. I mean, I guess we'll talk to this dude because why not? Oh yeah, and in this playthrough I will actually try doing some of the quest lines in the game. Mainly Solaire's, because we need to get the spells that are needed to save Solaire anyways. So, you know, we might as well do it. It's not a difficult thing to do. And then probably I'll do Siegmeyer's or someone else's in the Cleric playthrough. What up? Alright, Petrus. You know what, let's talk to him. Because why not? This dude is an asshole anyways. So again, I would say that out of all the ultimate guides, can't even talk. And we're 7 minutes in. This one is probably the easiest. There's no like covenant item you have to farm. You do need a lot of humanities for one spell, but that's about it. Yeah, it's just chill, which is good. Finally have a character that I can level up properly. This is gonna be a character that I think will be PvP viable. So, or at least I'll try making it PvP viable. Or you get a better weapon if you want, the Morning Star. But really, people have asked what weapons I'll be using, and the answer to that is katanas. I've honestly never used katanas in this game, in Dark Souls 1, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to take. So we'll be getting the Uchi fairly soon. We do have to kill the merchant for it, which is a bit shitty of a thing to do, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. People have said that I should get the Iaito, and that's probably gonna be my main one. I'm also planning on getting the Chaos Blade. Fuck, this thing is good. How incredibly lucky am I? That doesn't drop often. If you want to see what this looks like. Actually, we do want to see what these look like because we have new kind of particle effects with the remaster. Yeah, that does look... The explosion itself looks fairly good. I'm getting just a bunch of shit to drop. Alright. Should we go for the ring? Yeah, why not? So that's what Fireball looks like. Actually, the Pyromancy Glove looks a lot better too. I like how it's, you know, did you see that? How like we're running and there's like embers coming off of it. I think the changes to all the particle effects and spells and all that are probably the most significant kind of improvement for the remaster. You know, you wouldn't think it would make a difference, but I think it does. I think it does. Does it justify the price? Well, I don't know. People have asked me this. Do I think the remaster is worth it? And honestly, I would say it's up to you, really. I think it's clear at this point what this remaster is. Same game, improved graphics, a bit better PvP. That's about it. So, you know, if you're willing to spend money for that, then, you know, I recommend it. If not, then probably nothing is gonna convince you. Even though, as I've said before, I fully understand the people who were a little bit pissed with how little the remaster changes. I get it. I mean, I get it. What up, dragon? It's not even a dragon, is it? It's a drake. Not a drake, but a drake. Parry this bitch. Only disadvantage to this class is you probably start out with the worst shield in the game. I think this can be... Holy shit, look at this dude. Straight up just wearing pants and nothing else. There's dragon people here. This is like low level. The problem is, if you have like a fool in the Dragon Covenant and he's low enough of a level to get matched with me, you know he's like some really good player. And they all disappeared anyways. I was almost thinking of summoning Mon. Mon? Did I just say Mon? Summoning one. But nah. Would be pretty stupid, I think. I've not even leveled up, have I? Hate that it pushes him out of the way. Let's kick this bitch. Could use my spells, but we need the Uchi, so wanna save up my spells. Now, before I kill this dude, I wanna check what I can get from him. I don't wanna miss. I think he drops most of the shit he... I thought I saw something there. I kind of feel sorry for him, but you know. I mean, he has the dried finger. Orange guidance for 100 souls. I don't know if he drops the key and like the bottomless box and all that if you kill him. That's a lot of weapons, but I don't really need any of this. Bless you. That was a loud ass fucking sneeze. Holy shit. Alright, well, I apologize in advance, dude. Did I just bleed him? I always feel fucking terrible killing any of the NPCs in this game. The non-hostile ones, I mean. And for our efforts, we get the Uchi Katana, which I cannot use at this point, but it's a decent weapon. It's for sure not the best katana, but it does its job. And until I get the Iaito, it's gonna be good. I think it's pronounced like that, right? Iaito. And then of course the Chaos Blade should be our main thing here. Actually, what are my stats? I don't even know what stats you start out with. Okay. Well, it's not gonna be impossible getting 14-14. And honestly, the strength requirement is higher than I thought. In terms of getting the spells, as you know, there are two pyromancy dealers in this game. Not deal like not even merchants. Senseis, right? No, that's two Weeaboo. There's Laurentius and Koilana, I think her name is. They're not pyromancy dealers because it makes it look like they're selling meth or something. Although, who knows? Who knows how they get this fire effect in their hands? It's some shady shit, you know. Oh, look at... Okay, well, I'm gonna drop on your head. Cannot believe how easily I bled that poor merchant. Thing is, are you kidding me? Oh, this is the thing I didn't mention. The nice thing about pyromancies is that a lot of the spells have a little bit of an AoE to them. As you saw, I was hitting multiple enemies. And that basically holds true for most of the fireball type magics. I'm just making the rounds here, you know. I don't think I even needed to come here. But whatever. Just souls. Yeah, I probably could have skipped this, but... oh well, I'm 15 minutes in and... I feel like I've already made decent progress. But honestly, I do think the... female version of the Pyromancer set does look a little bit better. Although this is a decent looking set anyways. What the fuck is going on here? Ragdoll physics are absolutely stoned today. As they always are. Let's have pop in here. No reason not to get an obviously better shield. Unless... okay, no, we're still good. Maybe with the Uchi we won't be good. Alright, level up. Okay, we can get a good couple of levels. Alright, almost. Almost. I should have... never mind. I realized I should have gone for Dex first because you can two-hand it with strength. Oh, that's me. That is almost... yeah. Alright, well, we're not gonna summon our clone here. But good on you for being there. I don't know where I was swinging with that. Okay. Well, I think it's gonna last for 15 more minutes. It should. Yeah, yesterday I was streaming, so it's probably the... no, day before yesterday for you, because this is gonna go up Monday. And I streamed on Saturday for like almost 2.5 hours. And, you know, it drains that battery pretty quickly. Speaking of, one thing I gotta invest in is some new controllers, because some of these things, some of the controllers I have, I only have 2, are kind of broken. Not like actually, I mean everything works. This one has a weird D-pad because it's fixed. I think I broke at least 2 controllers playing Mortal Kombat. Moron Combat, you know, as it's more commonly called. And this controller was one of them, and this is a repaired one. Because you can buy like the little kind of rubber thing for the D-pad. That the problem is if you use it too much. I don't know how to explain it if you've never seen the inside of a PS4 controller, but the D-pad essentially, the plastic part that you press rests on top of this like little rubber thing, and there's like little bumps on it that actually press down on the sensors to detect that you're pressing it. And the problem is if you use it too much, I'm probably not making any sense with this explanation, but if you use it too much, that's not what I wanted. Okay. The little rubber bumps break, and you know, it's not gonna hit the sensor anymore. And that's the thing you can buy, and you can switch it. So this is a repaired controller, but unfortunately it never goes back to being the same. But they're expensive as fuck. That's the problem. So I don't know. I'll invest in one eventually. To have at least one decent one. These are all first generation controllers as well. The DualShock 1. Or not DualShock 1. I don't know what they're called. The first generation PS4s. So yeah, I've heard that the newer ones hold up a little bit better. Titanite chunk, alright, we'll take it. So I remember somebody roasted me in the first episode of the Sorcerer Guide that I didn't explain why it's bad to get Titanite chunks instead of large shards. If you're wondering, if you haven't figured it out since then, of course you can just look it up, but I'm gonna impart some knowledge on you. The reason you want large shards from these guys early on is because large shards are more difficult to get, and large shards are also more immediately useful. Like chunks you won't be able to use until way later, so you might as well just like hold off, because you're gonna be able to get them fairly... Did that not hit? You're gonna be able to get them fairly easily by the time you get to the part where you actually need them. Large shards, on the other hand, you can upgrade your weapons a lot quicker if you have some drop. See if I can make it bleed. Can make it stun. Alright, as easy as ever. Didn't get the weapon drop, which I did get in my previous run. Not that I think that weapon is especially good. Alright. Let's go talk to Sombro and get the stats for the Uchigatana. It's a good weapon. Oh, and we're still gonna have a ton of time actually. I know I'm skipping his dialogue, but we've heard it 1,000 times before. Of course. He's a very cheery player character. Kind of creepily so. This is the Jubilant Katarina, I think the preset is called. I messed around with the settings a little bit because the default one looks kinda silly. I mean, it's not the worst looking character I've ever created in this game. You can create some true monstrosities in this game, but the Jubilant Katarina is always weird because of that. It's like such a like blank expression with like a dead looking smile. She enjoys beating undeads to death with a spiked mace. She looks like the type to enjoy that. I mean, just look at her face. Has a like Joker smile. Anyways, next thing to do here is to level up. Nice. Oh shit, we can get quite a bit. Wait, you already start off with... That's nice. I didn't know you started off with 2 attunement slots here. It's nice of them. Thought so. I was prepared for this. Alright, let's try this thing. Katanas are pretty buff in this game. They're very quick. They deal a good chunk of damage. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, they also deal bleed, which is a extra benefit. Should I try it on a Dragon Bro? I feel like I'm gonna get absolutely wrecked. But I have 2 humanities from somewhere. So... fuck it. Let's get destroyed. Alright. Because you know, like, again, there are certain types of invasions that cater more to the quote-unquote honorable PvPers. The red soapstone is one of those. The other one is the Dragon Covenant, of course. Anywhere where you have to summon your opponent, which so far is not working. Like, you know for a fact, you saw what he was wearing, that this dude probably played through the game at a low level. Oh. Well, shit. You know what? I'm stubborn, so... is that... They look like the same dude. What the hell? That's really weird. This is a stoner-ass covenant, let me tell you that. I mean, the reward is useful at least. Nah, not gonna happen. Oh, maybe, maybe. I know I'm wasting just time here by doing this. What up? Oh, he's another pyromancer. Happy soul. And he's a dragon, of course. Fuck. Okay. Dealing more damage than I thought. Are you kidding? How much range does that thing have? At least he's repping his own covenant. You know, the cosplay is there. You cannot catch this guy, I swear. Fucking hell. I didn't know that this had this much range on it. The fire you breathe. This is probably the one situation that the dragon head is actually useful, because after a while, if you have any sort of decent armor, it's gonna deal like no fucking damage. So yeah, that was decent. It's not an attack you ever see get used, but yeah, cool. I just wasted like 5 minutes of this episode, but actually it's a fitting demonstration, because I talked about how this is a stoner ass covenant. Well, we're gonna be joining it. I really can't talk today. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, we'll join it. We're gonna... Not even because of any item or anything like that. It's just, I think it fits the theme to be a dragon. The problem is the item is a pain in the... You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm gonna rethink joining this covenant. And this is not where I'm supposed to be going. Because really, is there any purpose to it? The dragon head on its own, I don't like. And getting the dragon torso is kind of a pain in the ass, so... Of course. How many of these hollow soldier shields do I have at this point? At least like 3. I've been getting lucky with these drops. Although, never gonna use them, so... The luck part is debatable. Alright, get the fuck out of here, dragon. He leaves once you hit the bonfire, you know. Cool. He's not dead, is he? No, he is dead. I mean, again, this is a decent weapon. If I remember correctly, I screwed up the shortcut on my sorcerer playthrough, didn't I? So I'm gonna try not doing that this time around. Alright. Let's do this. I mean, it's not that difficult to do. which makes it all the more surprising that I messed it up that badly. And if you're... Oh shit, don't get killed. I'm gonna say that we might be in trouble, but I don't think we are. This healing motherfucker. Oh fuck, okay, we're in trouble. He has a crossbow. Motherfucker. Get stabbed in the back, bitch. What the hell kind of backstab was that? Just don't die here. These healing fucks. Okay, let's not try that again. Okay. One more to go. Is that... Wow. I just realized I don't even know what the R2 of the Uchi is. Well, until then. What is the one-handed? Oh, it's a stab. That's decent. This, not so much. I know, I think the Iaito has a better R2. Better moveset in general, from what I've seen. Also scales better. To be honest with you, this is a true noob weapon. This is like the great... I thought I was dead. We need to backstab this fool. Because we are not in the best of situations here. So yeah, the Uchi is a true noob weapon. Because people figured out that it was in the game. And this is like Drake Sword 2.0. Everyone was like, yo dude, you gotta get this weapon. And then every single playthrough, people were rocking either the Drake Sword or the Uchigatana. I remember there is some early Souls shit. And then later on, of course, people figured out that neither of those weapons are especially good. Okay, well, I think with a little bit of delay, because I fucked around with the PvP, we made it to the first big checkpoint. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up part 1 of the Ultimate Pyromancer Guide. Again, this one is gonna kind of kick off a little bit later, just because of when you encounter the first person who actually sells pyromancies. But we'll get there probably in like a couple of episodes, 2 or 3 at max. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the first episode of this playthrough. Make sure to subscribe and like the video, you know, all that if you're new here especially. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.